The following is a presentation of MRE UNO Division 2. Hello everyone and welcome back to MRE UNO's Jazz July here on the MRE UNO YouTube channel. Got another matchup for you coming in the drums region. This is going to be the first stream of the drums region. And it's going to be one of our playoff contenders here, number 4, SyntaxError, taking on number 13, Saltvantica, who got their first career win in the last tournament and looks to carry a bit of momentum into this one, hoping to cause some chaos and pull off a big upset here to move on to the round 32. And make the playoff bubble more interesting as we go along. Syntax looking to add a little bit more security for his playoff spot here, so we'll see who comes up victorious. Both players know each other pretty well, so this should be a good one. As both are gonna probably throw a lot of tricks at each other to try and get the job done, but we'll see how this goes. Let's go into our drum region bracket. As we've had a little bit of action to go under so far. Had 3 matches, and one of them ends up being a big upset there. Ryder over Bree. Bree is now going to be a bit precarious in terms of making the playoffs here, coming into the TC Championship reveal show. So we'll see what happens for Bree. 4-3 win for Ryder. Gets it done from the play-in after being Gumma 4-3 there. So Ryder off to a great start and maybe a late playoff push for him. We'll see. Then at the bottom, we had Blake take down Cody Goforth and James take down Sable, both 4-2s, both helping their playoff security there. Those wins are going to help try to make them at least in the LCQ field. James trying to push to get into the DC Championship. Blake, with a win over James, could maybe jump into that conversation, but that's the first matchup set for the drums region in the Triad 32. So again, 3v6, one that definitely can have some playoff implications, so that should hopefully be a good matchup to watch out for, but we got to get through the rest of the Swing 64 first. But in terms of the remaining matches, the Lemon and Emmy getting the 4-0 over Jabba in the play-in, they play tonight at midnight, so technically that would be tomorrow, but I'm just counting it tonight. So they'll be playing at midnight, so it's gonna be a late match for the East Coast, and for everyone else, it's gonna be some nice late time action, or if you're in Europe, an early morning bout there. And we'll see how that one goes. But Sports Boy Rune will be the other stream of the Swing 64 for the drums region, and that is a true playoff match there, as those are 2 players who are both on the cut line here. Sports Boy number 25 going into this tournament, Rune in the first 5 out. A win for either could be huge, and depending on how the results go, could be their ticket into at least into the LCQ. But that's going to be a huge matchup there. That's going to be happening on July 2nd at 2 p.m. So you absolutely do not want to miss that one. Should be a good matchup. And then Devin and Odd gonna go at it the day after on the 3rd at 7 p.m. Odd looking to have a good follow-up tournament after a successful rookie campaign or debuting campaign in tournament 3, and then Devin making his return after missing tournament 3, looking to try and get a good win here to keep his T2 championship spot secured. I do think with a opening round exit for Devin, though, he will probably fall out of the D2 championship, so gonna be looking to try and avoid that and face Ryder in the Triad 32. And then lastly, Captain Gaming Top Nep, that does not have a date at the moment, so we're trying to figure that one out. Hopefully we'll have something for you soon on that, but again, the winner of that match places the winner of this match, which is coming up next with SyntaxError and Saltvantica. So we'll see who ends up emerging victorious here, but we'll get into the table here and get things started. I am joined by my co-commentator for tonight, Cody Smart here, coming live to bring the action. Cody, I mean, this is going to be a match of 2 different goals for both players here. Syntax looking to win to try and keep his playoff hopes alive. Salt looking to kind of the big upset here and maybe make a little run here and potentially sneak into the playoffs here with a good showing in Jazz July. But just kind of any thoughts on both these players here coming into it. Syntax, of course, having that finale run in their debut tournament in Tournament 2, and an okay round of 32 showing the last one, and then Salt got that breakout win, or that first career win in the play-in last time, and now going in the round of 64, looking for a little bit more here.
Hmm. Yeah, I can agree with you on that one. I mean, for Syntax, the goal is simple. Get the win and take advantage of the calamity and the rankings. I mean, Sam entered this round number 2, and Lavina entered this number 4. Syntax number 6. The difference could be that if Syntax wins, there is a valid chance he at least gets past Lavina in the top 4 rankings. And the top matter for that is top 4 players get an automatic spot into D1, so this will be very important for Syntax to get the job done. He will obviously be below Sam in the live rankings due to head-to-head. But for Salt, this can mean everything for him. He had that morale booster 3-1 comeback, my bad. And then after that just fell off in around the 64. So this could be an opportunity for Salt to kick things off with a victory like he did last time. I mean, I haven't seen him do too much beyond this league, so we'll see if he can apply his recent woes, even in UUL, for example, and see if he can find some success finally in this league at a regular basis.
Salt still with still kind of with only a few tournaments under the belt here, but I mean, I think that play-in win is definitely showing promise here, and they definitely are going to pose a threat in this one. As going to go to Syntax here for his thoughts before the game. Syntax, you're coming off a round 32 run in the last tournament, which obviously I know you're looking for a little bit more here. You come into this tournament, been actually doing quite a few games as ref here, so you've actually been seeing a lot of the action unfold so far in the Swing 64 and play-in window. But you go up in your match now against Salt, who you have a good connection with. Just kind of your thoughts here going up against Salt and what this matchup's going to mean for you tonight on stream.
First of all, again, nice to be on stream, even if I disappointed last time. I won't. I won't play cute this time. I'm going to play to win because I need this win. I'm focused, and yeah. The only thing that can stop me is card luck. But even then, I'll try to not let it stop me. Even so, good luck to Salt. I won't make it easy.
All right. Thank you, Syntax, going to Salt here. Salt, I believe this is your first stream in your career, so some new ground here. You go up against Syntax, coming off a tournament where you got your first career win, and now you go into the Swing 64, looking for a little redemption here. Wasn't able to get much going in this round in the last tournament, but you come here, looking to stir some chaos and get an even bigger win than what your first one was. So, just kind of thoughts coming into this matchup here. What a win tonight would mean for you, and how are you feeling heading into it?
Well, I know Sin very, very well. It's an honor playing them in the first round. I think a win here would definitely would mean a lot. Even if my playoff chances aren't the best, I think a win here can definitely be great. I love seeing chaos in the playoff bracket, so I wish to cause that chaos and be the reason why there's chaos.
All right, fair enough. Looking to bring that chaotic energy here, and I mean, I think before we start, I mean, again, like for Salt, yeah, again, obviously the playoff chances are not up there right now, but I mean, a win tonight here for Salt, and then like win the round 32. I mean, that's world's their oyster at this point. So we'll see what happens, but we'll get it rolling. Boyle's gonna be our ref for tonight. Syntax gonna have the game one call, so we'll see where he decides to start the series off.
Right in the middle. 10 cards. I have seen a lot of D1 players do this in their stream matches for a good while, and it seems to work out with them. Helps the bot stabilize itself for future games.
All right. Well, gonna open up with green one here. But again, I feel like the average in terms of where people start is kind of varied all over the board. Some people just go straight full send. Like Ridley has been on a hill dying on the full send in the upper division to kind of a fault, unfortunately, because I think they have a losing record on the full send. But
Yeah, which is unfortunate
yeah.
though. I agree with you, G. And the interesting part about the card selection is some are low tier, some are high tier. Some people like to experiment, go all around, and the best place to go for experimentation is to go at the center. Because if you win, okay, maybe I'm comfortable with more cards. If I lose, maybe comfortable with more of a gamble and go for less cards. It all varies on variance, my friend.
So, gonna have the possession arrow lead at the moment, but yeah, nobody going for anything too crazy yet. OBS is disconnecting, so that's great. Should be
Uh-oh.
fine. No, usually it's fine. It just causes it to lag a little bit until it reconnects.
Yeah, fair enough. But it seems to be so far that the skip played by Salt just a little bit ago was the reason for the possession arrow to change. Oh, and now it's going to change even more.
That's the first straw here. Syntax out on red. Salt looking to try to ride this a little bit more, or use this for a switch, and gonna ride the red a bit more and expands that lead. So Salt looking for maybe a plan A win here. Syntax looking to do what he can to get out of here, and he will. Gets to switch the yellow.
I like the two-color strategy. I mean, if there's a color they're most likely out of, it's the color that you've already played.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Ooh. Now
So
that's a game changer and a wake-up call.
we'll see what. Well, Syntax gonna have a decision here. We'll see what they do. Yeah, gonna go with the +4 there. I think that's the safe call there on that one.
Ooh.
So
Now I'm liking this. The tempo's going up from here. Woo woo.
yeah, well, I think for Syntax, I mean, especially with how early it is in the game, that's like the safe call to go for. Because I mean, you don't really know what Salt's gonna have there. Because I mean, Salt had been running a plan A to that point, so it could have been blue. It could have been depending on the color switch. So I think for Syntax, may have felt like there was no other option there and just went for the +4 to kind of make sure the game kept going. But we'll see what Salt gets here. It's gonna be 4 additional cards in their hand, and that could shake things up for them a bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Plus, opening up Pandora's box to a little extent, that will also make things a bit interesting.
All right, so Salt had the green, but Syntax actually going to go back into the red. We did have a switch out of there from before. But again, I mean, for Salt, this is really a new hand here. So I think for Salt, a lot of it's going to depend on what they ended up getting from this +4 because they only have one card left before that got hit. So it's really just kind of depending on what they end up getting. So far, they're able to keep running it down, but this is going to still be difficult for Syntax to figure out what Salt has until there's a draw. And there still has not been a draw. Salt already down to 2 once again.
Unfortunate for Santax so far. I bet his plan was to ISO out, and so far, no cigar. As it looks like. Oh, is this for the finish?
So I'll take a second to type here. Could be for Uno, could be for the win. Gonna be Uno. That's gonna be a tough check here because it's a wild. So Syntax is either gonna have to +2 or get out of it, and he has nothing. So Salt
Yeah.
gonna take the game 1 win here, and gonna be a +2 right there, which was what Syntax was looking for. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, he did not have that. Salt did. So Salt gonna open up the series 1-0. And it ends up being a good start for Salt here. Was able to run that one down. Syntax trying to do what he can, but unfortunately, just did not have things play the way he needed it to. So
Yep.
that's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's the danger of Pandora's box right there. That is for sure. Yeah, I am a little curious though for Salt though. Like before the +4, what was your last card, if you recall?
My last card was a green 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pandora's box would have
Yeah.
nailed him anyway.
Hmm.
Yikes. It's just the unfortunate result. Sometimes you run into that situation.
Yeah, so ironically for Syntax there, would have been okay without the +4, but that's kind of an impossible situation to risk that on. But ends up working out for Salt here as gonna be 1-0 here, and Syntax gonna run 10 again. So we'll see if the second attempt here is gonna be more successful.
Valid play. I mean, if you had some good cards but just couldn't get to the finish line, then this could be your best bet. Go for 10 again. Hopefully the luck goes a bit better for you this time. And maybe, just maybe, you're the one with the plan A avenue for the win.
Alright, we're gonna start red for this one here. We saw a few stints on red in the last game, so we'll see how long we go with this. But again, round 2 for the 10 card start here. Salt looking to make it 2-0, Syntax looking to even things up and take 10 off the board for the remainder of the series. Syntax with with the long type to start this one out here, and it's gonna be a double play.
Honestly, I like the call. I mean, you saw in game 1 where Salt had a couple of double plays, and that helped them get the possession lead that they needed to stay ahead, even after the +4 applied by Syntax.
Alright, switches the blue. So gets out of the red here. See if Salt runs it or maybe tries to go for a crossover. Taking a second to type here, maybe look for a little chain.
We have seen Salt come up with these chains in game 1, so we'll wait and see if Temple becomes the theme of this matchup.
Alright, gonna be a blue one, so I think Salt was just kind of thinking what they wanted to do there for a bit. So they're gonna like to go with a more calm play here with just rolling with the blue. But we'll see how Syntax adjusts with this one, because this could be what he wants, or this could be something that they're, but it looks like for now Syntax wants this blue.
Nice and calm so far on blue. I feel like for Salt, the goal could be in hopes for Syntax to run out. Oh boy, that is not running at all. Woof! That's running on into a possible victory in the next couple of turns. My goodness.
That's throwing a +6 here, and Syntax really getting down here. And now Syntax is running the plan A that Salt was running in game 1. Salt up to 13 cards now, so now Salt's gonna have to play some defense. We'll see what they do.
Oh, have the tables turned. That is for sure. And with a +6 like that, you gotta try to think, what do they have in the end? Are you confident that they don't have something you might be able to do something? Or do you just hope and pray if your hand doesn't give you anything too good? We'll find out here in a sec because Sal has been typing for quite a bit.
To me, I feel like Salt's gonna play more ammo here, based off how long it is. But I mean, this is a long time, so this could ultimately just be Salt taking a risk. And okay, no, Salt's not gonna play any games
Yep.
here.
Not gonna play any games at all. I mean, at this point,
Ooh.
I was starting thinking the top of my head, somebody had to have the +4 at that point, either Salt or Syntax. And right when I was about to say it, poof, +4, but back to yellow.
Well, Syntax is gonna get that yellow, but I think Salt's gonna be okay with that. Because I mean, I think the goal really for Salt there was just throw more cards towards Syntax so I jumble up the hand a bit. So even if we do go back to that yellow that Syntax was wanting, I think Salt's gonna be okay with it for the time being. But the longer Syntax is able to run this, the more concerned I think Salt's gonna get. But Syntax out, only had 2
Ooh,
yellows
out.
there, and that's gonna open the door for Salt to reel him back in a little bit.
Yeah, this is the opportunity that Salt needed. Oh, we'll switch to red instead. We'll see how that works out.
Salt's just doing what they can to okay, so Salt out, Syntax out also. Maybe a Draw City
Draw
coming here.
City.
I think for Salt, they were hoping maybe the Syntax could place the number for a quick switch there, but it ultimately didn't. But I don't think this is necessarily a bad situation either to have both players drawing, because it's going to kind of require both to rebuild their hands here.
Sometimes, if you want to get it done, you gotta take a gamble and try to read what your opponent has. Sometimes your reads are the best, sometimes you just get unlucky and they don't help you out, so. But this is more like a neutral ending in my eyes. Both players stuck on red is probably the neutral ending that Salt wanted. Now what they want to hope for is some top deck cards that really come in handy towards the end. Because regardless of how long you draw or what the cards you do draw, like even if it's a +4 for crying out loud, you can put in your arsenal and you can come up with a plan B as soon as you get out.
Syntax still drawing. Salt got a top deck on the red 2 here. We'll see if Salt's able to switch it. could have
Yeah,
it
right
here. We'll
now, Salt
see.
has a position arrow.
Yeah, I mean the top deck was gonna tie it, and I mean a play here will let them take the lead, but they're taking a while. Okay, so that's a big run here, and it's
Ooh.
gonna mimic what Syntax did earlier in this game, except gonna go green. Um, but now Syntax is up to 13 cards. Salt gonna go down to 5. We run green, switch into yellow. That's been all reliable for Syntax so far in game 2. We'll see if that throws off Salt. Does not for now. But yeah, now it's
Yeah, it was the last color before Salt switched it out and eventually caused Straw City. So maybe for Syntax, he's hoping that Salt would be out on yellow, as it almost looked like it before they drew a bunch of cards.
Salt going with blue, crossover the green from Syntaxes, so we're back to where Salt played the +4 into. Red 8 would be the rainbow, but I feel like we're not going to get it here, seeing the fact we just came off a draw city on red. Yeah.
Give me a minute. This card decided to freeze on me here.
Alright, well. Gonna go with green here still. Double play from Syntax with Salt looking to try and wrap this one up here. Can they find the finish on green, or are they going to have to draw? Gonna get the Uno. Green 0. We'll see. I mean, they could be looking for a tough switch here. Could be looking for the 0. It's gonna be up to Syntax to see what they do here. Green 7. All
I
right, the
feel like
Salt
this
have
could
it.
be a setup for the win. If you play a 0 right before Uno, there is a real valid chance in my eyes you have another number, and oof. As I was going to say, like 0 is very hard to switch off from. So if you
Mhm.
had it for the win, either you had another 0 or you likely had another green number. That way, it would have been harder for your opponent to switch out, because in theory,
Uh,
0 is the hardest to switch off of.
yeah, a bit of a miss there, but Salt with the 1 draw, maybe looking to get back to Uno off a top deck. By asking how this is around a 64. You could also say similar with things like Morocco, Netherlands being around 32. Top deck +4,
Oh
and that's
my!
gonna do it.
Woo!
2-0.
And that is how you want to go on the road. 2-0 lead, and now you have the advantage of picking for the next two. Well
Wow,
done.
that is crazy for Salt there. Getting the fortune of that top deck to get it done. Was lining it up decently well there, but just kind of ran out on the green. Ironically, would have been able to switch back into Uno. No matter what, if it wasn't a +4, but the +4 just kind of gave that guaranteed lineup for the win there. So unfortunate for Syntax. It's really not gone their way so far. And I mean, you kind of look at the ammo. It's only 2 games, but I mean, with the 4-1 on the +4 early is not really helping out Syntax much. But for Salt, it's been a great start. Salt, I mean, you kind of that was a game where you were swapping positions back and forth there. Sometimes you were the one with advantage. Sometimes you were having to play from behind on defense. But in the end, you're ultimately able to get the win there. And I mean, after that draw city broke, it seemed like you were kind of running with the momentum, and then able to get a little bailed out with a top deck +4. But just kind of your thoughts with how this opening of the series has been so far for you, and now going into game 3 with the 14 card call, which you just said above before.
Job ain't done. Can't say much yet. No, I don't have much to say. We'll just see how it plays out.
Right, thank you. Syntax, I mean, this isn't really going your way so far, but this could ultimately be an away series here, and we kind of go to 14 with the 10 not working twice. Um, do you just have any general thoughts on anything that just hasn't been going right for you other than the cards, and just kind of anything you're looking at to game 3 to try and turn things around?
I mean, there's not really much else that's been going wrong except the cards, so
All right, fair
can't
enough.
really say much else.
All right, well, we'll head to game 3 here. Salt with a call, looking to make it 3-0. I should probably change the position arrow because the black is a little hard to see on the back, but it can't be white either, so while we start up game 3. Just give me a second as I try to figure out a good color for it. Oh, I have an idea. There we go. Pink. Pink works. Yeah, we go with game 3 here. On 14 cards.
Going up the high tier. This could change the game here a little bit.
We'll see if this helps Syntax here, or maybe it just kind of keeps rolling with it here. Going to be a green 3 to start, second green start we've had in this series. I think I like the call of the 14, but I'm also a little surprised Salt didn't go for like an 11 or a 9, mainly with the 10 mid tier kind of working out pretty well so far. But maybe just kind of wanting to play with more cards in their hand to feel a little bit more comfortable. So we'll see how this one shapes out. But Salt gonna run the green to start things off.
That is fair. I have seen players basically start with high tier, whether it's 14's a good option. I've seen people commonly go to 14. I've heard people commonly use the full send, although the full send's a little bit riskier for some reason. But 12 to 14 is what I consider to be the starter for most people if you want to have a more likely shot at success. So, I like the call by Salt. If you want to go high tier, that's the opportunity to go, but that also gives opportunity central for Syntax, because here's the thing. You take a look at the ammo as you said, G. Syntax down 1 to 4 on wild plus 4s, down 0 to 1 on wilds.
I'll make it
that
1-1.
might contribute. Well, the king of jinxes over here, folks. You're not gonna see it anywhere else.
So, I mean, Syntax is going to open up the ammo for this game here with a wild going the blue, which it's interesting because that comes that earlier on because we saw Salt try to switch in the blue, but Syntax crossed it over and then went into the blue. So, an interesting call there, but Syntax looking to run the game he needs to be able to get this win. And Salt going to draw there. It's going to be big for Syntax if they could play off this. They can ditto play.
Does. Self ditto. Honestly, that makes a lot more sense. And self dittos in that situation is honestly the best case scenario.
Unless
I
the
really
top
need
deck
to
is
stop jinxing myself here.
unless the top deck's a red 3. But yeah, I mean, usually in that case, I kind of was forcing another draw there unless the top deck works out well. But for now, Syntax is fine with running it on red here. I mean, if Syntax does have additional blues, they could definitely find a way to switch back into it. But for now, Syntax is just kind of vibing with the color switches right now. And so, well, there's your blue.
Oh my, that explains why he used the wild earlier. He has more in that deck of his, and that +4 was certainly one of which.
Yeah, so I mean, I think for Syntax, they're using that a bit earlier than they wanted to, but they definitely are rolling with the momentum at the moment here. They are really liking this blue. So for Salt, yeah, it's gonna go with the wild there. Salt had the option, gonna try to go for that wild there, and yeah, that's why Syntax went for the +4. Was not having any yellow there and just kind of didn't want to concede a draw yet, but I'm gonna be left no choice there.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you sense the aggression, and the best way to do it is to throw something big right back, and there it is with a double play. Salt is not messing around. Salt sees the aggression in Syntax. Salt knows that they're up 2 to 0, and as soon as they lose one, they could lose them all. I mean, they witnessed this when they were on the winning side of things. Back to blue! But back what I was saying, when Salt was on the winning side of a comeback, Salt doesn't want to see any of it. Oh my
man,
goodness!
that is number efficiency on that one, and Syntax gonna draw.
Wow.
Syntax thought he got out. Syntax thought, yeah, Syntax got they thought they got out of that.
That's what I call
But
self ditto.
have to
Oh
draw.
my goodness! Red 5 for Skittles? Do we have Skittles?
I don't know, but yeah, that's not good for Syntax though, because that's a draw on yellow and then a draw on green. So, I mean, with where they're at right now, they're very much looking to try to get back into this blue or maybe reopen up that red. Salt is still running this down here, so Syntax is just trying to find an answer, but at the moment, is not able to find one with these draws.
Yeah. Oh my. Well, not quite Skittles, but at least it's somewhere, as So has been taking control of the number efficiency in the switches. Just like that. Bang, bang, bang. And oh, that's
That's
a
going to
good
be the opening
response.
Syntax needed. Syntax needed to
That.
get into that red or blue, and that's going to allow them to get back into this game here because it was not looking good there. But that's going to reset things a little bit. Salt was down to 2 there. That +6 is going to throw Salt back to 8. So Syntax having some more life in this game here, and I think this is back to the color he is really wanting.
Oh, great response. Here we go. Another switch. 3-card classic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is we're gonna have to see what Syntax does because I mean Syntax they drew on this green before. We'll see if they have an option to maybe switch back out, or maybe if they have an additional green they weren't able to play before. But yeah, I mean Syntax has been wanting the blue. Actually goes into the
Oh
yellow,
my
so
goodness.
I think that yellow came from one of those draws on the green there. And we'll see how long they could run it. It might have just been that one card there.
Ooh.
But yeah, I mean this is being close there. That +6 gave Syntax some life, and I mean Salt running out there is gonna help reset things a little bit. This has been a tough game for Syntax so far. I mean, because ultimately had an early expose on the colors, and used a +4, but this is gonna allow them to breathe a little bit and try to rebuild a hand. So this is probably the best spot Syntax could be in right now, given the current situation. Salt gonna break up the draw city though with a switch to
I
red
am
here.
actually somewhat questioning the red because I was thinking that if Syntax was stuck on yellow, stuck on green, and if it wasn't blue, then a lot of the cards for Syntax must have come from red. And I'm thinking the reason why I use the +6 is to stop or to prevent himself from being beaten to the punch when it comes to possible finishing on red. And Syntax is taking a little. I think I might be right, G. I think we may have a possible finisher, but if not, at least he could go for an Uno call.
I'm not sure.
Uh,
But
hmm.
I think Syntax is just kind of taking a minute here.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean they're just kind of running it down. I wasn't thinking there was gonna be a finish there, based off how that was going, but
Yeah, I mean,
um
look, the tempo, the aggression we have seen from both players, I've been
that's a
getting
risk.
excited, but
Okay,
oh my!
all right.
Back to the crazy switches one by one.
Salt gonna run green here. And that's not gonna be the option.
Oh
Is
my!
Syntax is going to
Whew.
get one back on the board here. A very much needed win there, as Syntax will get it done. And it runs the numbers for the most part to wrap that one up there. It actually ends up being that red switch from Salt to allow Syntax to kind of run down a bit, and then able to cross over onto the green to get the win there. So yeah, for Syntax, a much needed win there to try to put yourself back into the series. Just kind of your immediate thoughts there after that one, as there were a lot of moments there where it felt like you're kind of you're back against the wall, but able to pull out the win there.
Yeah, I mean, okay. There was one moment where I paused a little bit, which you two commented on after the red 5. That was more me thinking I was mulling over whether to use my power play or not to guarantee my switch into green. I decided against it, and it was a good decision because I was able to win without it, so I still have it.
Honestly, I almost have no words, G. But honestly, the intense color switching was starting to get me quite excited here in the booth here, G. And trust me, you gotta bring some pretty good entertainment to excite me. But holy cow, the number switches, especially the self-ditto classic that I like to call it. Amazing number control by Salt, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. And the draws just allowed Syntax to fake out the green for the win.
All right, well, yeah. So I mean, it's gonna work for Syntax here. So I'm gonna try actually the other direction here. Gonna go with 7, the OG 7. So I mean, Salt's still looking to try and make it 3-1 because that will still put him in a good spot. Syntax is looking to tie up this series though, so we'll be interested to see how this game 4 goes because it's gonna be the lowest start yet. This is gonna be the OG start, so this is kind of what most of these players are used to. but blue 6 will open this one up, and we'll see how the cards lay out here, because there's been a lot of situations in the past where someone's able to get a good hand and run down relatively quickly and end the game within the matter of a minute or so. But haven't seen any monster. We haven't seen any monster runs yet. Biggest we've seen is the 4-card chains from both, but actually, Salt gonna switch it to yellow off the start, so this is the first time we're not starting on the original color. We'll see how this one shapes up.
Yeah, I see both players so far being the color shifters, trying to ice each other out, and just like that, when you start on low tier, it is much easier to ice each other out. You have these forced color metas that don't go toward your favor if it starts on the wrong color at the wrong time. And right now, Salt getting slightly ahead. Oh.
I
Error
think
off the
it's
draw. Nope. At least I didn't shot myself in the foot this time.
I think it's interesting because Salt went for the switch right there and had two. It looks like had two yellows and then went for that blue, which ended up being a stray. I think for Salt they were hoping that Syntax would be able to place a number down to be able to get another quick switch, but ultimately it did not happen. But it seems like Syntax did not have much either. So ironically, for both, it looks like the game's gonna open up with the green and the red. So, and speaking of which, we go into the red with the wild. So I think that's gonna open the table up for a look at. No,
Oh
actually, Syntax with
my
nothing.
goodness.
That's gonna be. I think that is gonna make the green a little bit more precarious for Salt. But we'll see. Draws from Syntax. Syntax is gonna be desperate to look for a switch here. Salt looking to run this red.
Yeah, this is a precarious situation here because once you go to green, you're pressing the alarms if you Syntax. That is for sure, especially when it comes to risking being down 3-1. And then, of course, you gotta ask yourself, will Salt use the power play? Because here's the thing, when you start low tier, in some people's minds, that means you gotta be aggressive, you gotta throw all your ammo right then and there at the best opportunity. And here's the thing, sometimes you only have one opportunity. Oh, this is crazy. 2 wilds already by Salt.
This is not looking good for Syntax here. I think for Syntax, they are definitely going to be on high alert. And yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure they have the +4 for a little bit there, but it gets to a point where you're really just left with no other option to go for it, and gonna have to use it. Throws a +2 on top of it as well, so ends up being a +6 to Salt. But yeah, that's it's been a lot of defense so far from Syntax, so. We'll see how this adjusts the game, but yeah, still no green. I feel like
Here we
speaking of which,
go.
there you go.
Pandora's box.
Yeah, I think this is gonna open things up a bit more because for both, it's been an unexplored color, and I feel like both are gonna have a little bit to say on this color. All right.
Yeah, right now, bringing it back to calmness. That's how somebody could potentially strike for the victory or for the heat check, one of the two. As numbers keep on rolling, as I see. Okay, not really a ditto. Ooh, Salt's out. That may help Syntax tie it up.
I had a feeling Salt was gonna be the first one to run out there. But we'll see how long Syntax can run it. Salt, actually, no, we're not gonna find out. Salt gonna switch it to blue. Syntax out on blue, though, so that's going to be an important switch for Salt, whether Salt is able to run it or if they're going to have to draw. Blue skip and a 6, so both down to 3 cards, or, well, no, Syntax up to 4 cards, Salt down to 3. Syntax still drawing. Can Salt keep it going here?
Yeah, unfortunately for Syntax, that switch to blue was rather unfortunate. Well, maybe not as bad now that Salt is out. But drawing steady from behind, I mean, it's so unfortunate, especially if Salt manages to get a top deck and just continues that good momentum on the draws.
Yeah, I mean, for Syntax here, it's a fine spot to be, especially with how long his draw city is going. But I mean, with how this series has played out, I'm not sure if they're going to be loving it here. Salt with the top deck, blue 4. Not at a draw city yet, but Syntax going to draw again. We'll see. Yeah, no, nothing there, so still keeps on going. But yeah, I mean, with how long this is going, looks like it's going to ultimately reset the game here a little bit. Is both looking to try and find the right cards to kind of help line up their game plan going into when we ultimately break once again. But yeah, currently 2-1 here. Both still holding on to power plays. Not sure if we'll see one this game, but Syntax looking to tie it. Salt looking to make it 3-1. Syntax has the +2 here, so it's going to be a 3-card run. I think Syntax is holding on to those 2 cards for a while, but just didn't have a way to close it out. We'll have one now with the blue 8. We'll see if that actually allows Salt to switch off this blue and really get this game back underway.
Yeah, we'll see how it all works out here.
It's going to be another one of those 4-card chains, and Salt going to go with the green, so that will open up the that will open things up again, but that's not really what Syntax wanted to see. Syntax was looking to hold onto this lead coming out of the draw city, and Salt with that 4-card chain is gonna reclaim the lead, and Syntax is gonna have to play from behind again. Salt with an immediate switch off the green goes into yellow. Interesting move there. Syntax is gonna run the yellow here. We'll see if Salt can keep it going. Alright, they will. Salt with the yellow one. And Syntax gonna go with the wild. Gonna maybe test that out with Salt, because Salt was pretty quick to get out of the green, and yeah, there you go. There's the draw.
That might be a good direction for Syntax right now. Now, Salt is hoping on the numbers. Salt has been good on those numbers so far, but unfortunately, no luck yet.
Alright, Salt looking to get out of green here. Syntax looking to run the green, and there's the escape
There
for
it
Salt. Goes in the
is!
red.
Now the question is, will this help Salt, or will this be an unfortunate switch?
That's
And
gonna
it
be
didn't
it.
matter.
And so it's gonna be 2-2 here. And I mean, for Syntax, I think in that case, the draw city was able to aid them out, as Wild and the +4 gonna help their efforts to tie up this game, and ironically, exact same length as the last game there, so a little bit of deja vu, just a different card start there, but Syntax able to get it done, and we have a full away series so far. Don't have a single home win yet. But yeah, Syntax tied it up. It kind of felt like a similar script to the last game where Draw City came along and you were able to kind of just find your lineup there. Ultimately, you have the Wild and the +4 to kind of aid you to that finish, but just kind of any comments from how that one played out?
Whew, I'm back. It was a little scary there, but we're back to equal. I mean, I mean that the draw cities definitely helped more than they hurt, because it let me be less afraid that Salt had something to finish it out. I was totally willing to use my power play on that game, but I didn't have to again, thankfully. I've been able to preserve my power play to have it exactly level. And I mean, I'm back at home now. I get to choose my card starts. I get to choose another card start, which is nice.
All right, well, going to game 5 here, Salt was up 2-0, and then now it's 2-2 here. Anything from that last game that you think could have gone a little differently for you here as we go into a very critical game 5, but also with the fact that it's been on the wayside so far?
I have not gotten lucky with my with that card start. I will say that. I don't know. Probably bluffed more. I don't know. I really don't know. It's somewhere there's nothing much I can really say about the game. It's just Sin outclassed me. So, yeah.
All right, fair enough. Well, gonna go with the game 5 call. Syntax gonna go with the full send here. And this is gonna be a little interesting because Syntax had a win on a higher tier and low tier, so I'm gonna elect to go for the higher tier here. But we'll see if it ends up being the high tier that works out for Syntax, or if we end up getting a situation where it's gonna be the away side that prevails once more, as red 8 will be the opener for game number 5. Red 2 from Syntax to start, and I've also got to mention every stream we've had so far, it's been a pretty good match here, so that's good to see at least. I'm also glad we did not pick any duds, because then that would have been unfortunate. But yeah,
Yeah.
oops, switch on 0.
It's all right.
So that's gonna be 2 zeros off the board early on here. So I'm just gonna go with the blue here, both just running numbers early on. That's kind of what we see sometimes, or actually not even sometimes, a good chunk of the time out of the full send. This is the most common way these kind of games start. So we'll just kind of running numbers. 3 turns in a row, it's all numbers, looking for 4 in a row.
As of right now, just like we saw before, players starting calm here. But once we head down to like maybe about half of the hands, that's when you start seeing the ammo fly.
Blue 1 from Syntax, gonna again just kind of keeps going with the numbers here, and I mean, really with these early starts, it's not necessarily the most interesting thing in the world because you're just kind of running numbers ultimately. Syntax got to break it up with a +4,
Here we
but
go.
yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, it's just kind of setting yourself up to have a better lineup when you're kind of gunning for it, lower on the cards, and I mean, Syntax is gonna make the first big move here, with a +4, and I mean, I think the +4s are really turned around for Syntax here, because I mean, you kind of look at this, coming into game 3, it was 4-1 here, but now Syntax has got, I mean, it's been 4-0 since from game 3 beyond now, so +4s are coming Syntax's way for the moment. Salt still looking for another one. Haven't had one since game 2.
I do not know if that yellow skip might have been a slight giveaway there, because there's 2 ways this can end. For so, if they switch to yellow, either this is a trap laid by Syntax, or maybe Syntax has nothing else on yellow. There could be a golden opportunity for so to force them to draw and take back control of this game.
All right. Oh, big run here. That's actually gonna be.
My!
It's gonna be the biggest run of the game so far, and that's gonna one up it. Gonna be a 5-card run. Going the blue. There's a +2 at the top there. And again, that's another. That's back to what we were running before. Syntax actually ended up +4ing out of this blue here. But we'll have something to play out of it.
My goodness, what a way to reply. As so, even though still slightly behind, it's still manageable. We get to wild.
All right, Syntax not wanting to stay long on the blue, we go into green. But again, that's another color that is very much differs from what we were looking at, and this is the first time we've seen green in this game. Both able to run it off the start here, but maybe not coming to it at the time they want to. Salt looking to go for it here. Syntax running it for now. We'll see who ends up running out first, if anyone. But now both hoping to try and pick up this win here, as this could prove to be a very critical game for both. Salt with the green 4.
Syntax is right there for it if he has the chain to do it.
Wow, and that's going to do it. Another
No,
+4 on that one
10.
there. And actually ends up running the green there to get it done. Green reverse into the red. So that wild card ends up working out for SyntaxError, as Salt may have been unable to get the switch out. And suddenly in a series where Syntax was kind of looking to be a bit down and out a little bit, it is now 3-2. So gets the first home win as well, and it's going to be Syntax's 3rd straight. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know if there's a whole lot to mention from Syntax's point of view, because I'm pretty sure they only had they only drew twice there, and that was from the +2. So I guess my only comments was the +2 anything that kind of helped you big there, Syntax, or was it just kind of extra fodder that kind of delayed the inevitable finish?
I mean, it definitely didn't hurt as much. It was a blue 3 and a wild, so I was able to quickly go back into what I was doing. It didn't really hinder me much, so it was just a bit of a delay.
Yeah. Ironically, those were the 2 cards you played immediately after, so end up putting you right back to where you were projecting to go. But yeah, Salt. I mean, you were kind of running it down close to the end there, but then 4-card win kind of takes away any chance of takes away any chance of the victory there. Were you looking to be close there on a win, or were you just kind of hoping for the best on the numbers there? And pretty much.
I had a +4 in the gun. I was ready to fire it. I was a gambling man. I was hoping running it down, hoping that Sin doesn't have anything else then shoot the +4. But obviously that did not work. He had the 4-card finish. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, second +4 there from Syntax definitely threw a wrench in that. But again, I mean, this is kind of a conversation that does come up sometimes ultimately. Just kind of the decision making on when those +4s come, because obviously the ideal scenario is to save for a finish, but sometimes you may have to shoot it a little earlier to even have the chance to get that finish in the first place. So timing there of +4 is going to be important. Unfortunately for Salt, waited a little bit too long there, and Syntax able to snatch the win away and get it done 3-2. But Salt with a game 6 call here, looking to bring it back, try to force game 7. As Mr. Smart is muted, so I'm not sure if you want to do something.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I had to do something briefly, but now I'm back. So, going to a mid-tier pick, honestly, for Salt, 1 on 10. I mean, honestly, it's a good idea for Salt. Only difference this time is on the road that could change a couple of things, but also needs to turn it around because we are on the verge of a 2-0 comeback with a power play and SyntaxError's pocket.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I think I like the call for Salt here with the 11. Because I mean, again, the 2 wins came on 10 mid tier. It seems like for Salt, the mid tier is working out pretty well for them. So we'll see how this goes. Syntax will definitely be looking to try to power play here to close out the game, but Salt still has a good shot here to get it done to try to force game 7. But we're running yellow. Start this one off here, and now Salt taking a minute to try and figure out what their next move will be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now, going to game 6. Once again, SyntaxError entered in this tournament, I believe, in the 6th position. So if SyntaxError was to lose here, this would be very bad for him, as Salt's season would continue, and for SyntaxError would risk falling out of D2 Championship, at least for now. But a victory here would be huge, because I think there is somebody in line that SyntaxError would pass already, and that would put Syntax in a position to where if Syntax was to go far, he could overpower that head-to-head that they have lost to Sam.
Well, we'll see, but for now we just kind of run the cards here. Switch into red from Salt. Syntax with the double play from earlier is going to give Syntax the possession arrow lead, so Salt losing a little control here, but it's still early in this game.
Absolutely. I can see the urgency coming in for Salt, especially with the power play Syntax could use at any time. And if they do, then that's game over and that's combat complete.
Well,
As a self-ditto.
well, not quite a self ditto, but just kind of ditto from both. Both
Oops,
play the
my
right
bad.
one.
I'm blind.
Yeah, we'll see what Salt does here. I mean, Salt's been fine with running this red here. Again, ultimately, right now, it just kind of depends on what both players have in their hand. This is the starting hand for both here. No draws have been played yet, or no draws have occurred yet. Whether it be +2s or self draws. So, right now they're just playing what they got here. So, Someone could be in a bit more of an advantageous position here or not. We'll see. As Salt taking a second to type, maybe looking for a bit of a run. And
Yeah,
or
we
just
have
kind of
seen
thinking,
these runs happen. Not too close to the end of the game, unless if it's for a win, though. So we'll see if this is Soul planning to put Syntax into check.
oh
Or,
my
oh
gosh.
my, this could actually be checkmate. Hang on. Hang on a moment. We could be in for a monster run.
Well, Salt is running it down here. Its chain's still going. Could be looking for the fish. No, not gonna have it
Ooh.
there. I think that's also gonna be a little bit more defensive. I think they wanted to get into that blue to be able to use that +2, but now they're gonna leave the skip open here. We'll see if Syntax can run. Okay, so Syntax actually dittos the skip, and then plays a wild in the green. But this might actually help Salt here because we have not seen this green yet.
It varies on the card that Salt has drawn. If it's blue, then it would absolutely be unfortunate. But at the same exact time, when you look at the wild, it could possibly be a heater. So we'll see A, which card Salt drew, and B, oh.
Yeah, that's. I think for Salt, the green was actually a decent option there, but unfortunately only had one. So now they're really gonna have to find a way to get out of this.
Yeah.
Both are down to 3 cards now.
This is where the power play starts to go into some minds here. For Syntax, obviously it would be to win the game. For Salt, could be a defensive measure. So
I
we'll
think so.
see.
I think Salt thinks it's over, waving the white flag there. But
That,
still in it, still got a
yeah.
chance.
Mm-hmm.
But
Still
even
have
if it's
it. I
not
mean,
looking great, no draw there.
decides not to go with the power
That'll do
play.
it.
Oh, yep. We done. We got the comeback victory.
And okay, so little number efficiency there to get it done. And Syntax is actually going to end up winning 4 straight there, to get the win and gets it done there. I think for Salt could have maybe gone for the power play to just try to force an extra card in Syntax's hand, even if it was
Mhm.
not looking to be a great situation there. But Syntax ultimately gonna emerge with the win. Didn't ultimately have a great start, but in the end, Syntax able to just kind of roll through and moves on to the tree at 32. So good job to Syntax here. But Syntax, going to you for just kind of your post game thoughts. Again, I mean, the series did not start the way you were hoping for. You were down 2-0, but able to kind of rally back and bring things back in your favor. You ultimately get the win and move on. Just kind of any thoughts overall from how this game played out, and any takeaways moving into the next round.
I think honestly, my biggest mistake in this game was going with 10 cards twice. I should have changed it up a bit, but once I figured, I was my whole plan was like, just make sure both of us have as many cards as possible. So that because I think I am a little bit better with like finding lines to finish, and I think I mean having more cards negates the luck more because it's more likely that both players have stuff. So that's why I was going like after with the 15 cards on game 5. That game 4 was so lucky for me. If I had lost that, I don't think I would have won the series. Um, so and then I think after game 4, I was just rolling. I started off just really focused, but then after the first 2 losses, I started to get a bit shaky and like a little nervous. But like after the 2 wins, that basically brought me right back into like the positive. So and I kind of just rolled from there. Everything was bouncing my way. So, good game. So unfortunate that that only one of us could win. Um, I'm ready for whoever comes out of CG and top. If it's top, I'm crushing him. Just let him know that.
I was actually about to ask you just kind of your thoughts about whoever wins that match there. I think you have a pre-existing relationship with Topnep also, similar to this match here.
Yeah.
So if it ends up being Topnep, just kind of thoughts on that
He
one.
doesn't stand a chance. Cabinet Gaming, it'll be a good battle, but Top Nap, I'll sweep him. Trust. Don't need to worry about that. So I mean, honestly, Soul was my biggest roadblock. I think in these first, at least until the round of 16, if Dilemon happens to make it out of there. So
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident now. I feel pretty. Please, Emmy beat Dilemon or
Yeah.
whoever between
Sports
the
Boy
other
and
match,
Rune.
Sports Boy Rune.
Yeah.
Somebody beat Dilemon. I'll give. I. This is not factual, but I'll give you $100, but like fake dollars.
All right. I
To
think that
I'm
is
putting Uno hit out on Dilemon.
I think
The
that's
public
the
service
um
announcement.
I think it's the first bounty we've had in the league on
I'm
someone to
glad to
beat
be
someone.
a record
So,
setter. Anyways,
yeah.
GG Salt, sad we had to face each other. But I think you can definitely come back better and stronger next season after, especially getting your first win, last tournament. The first one's always the hardest for most people. Anyways,
That is true. But yeah, Syntax gonna get the win and move on. Going the Salt here. I mean, obviously not the result you wanted. You had a good start there, but ultimately, things cards started not going your way. But ultimately, just couldn't quite find your rhythm again, and ultimately go out here. But I mean, still, good showing, showing for you in this match here. But just kind of any thoughts on what went wrong and any comments moving forward here, as you do get the win from last tournament, but overall, a decent learning season here going into the next one.
I have nothing really much to say, but yeah, I honestly I think the it is kind of it does kind of suck. I did go 4 straight after winning the 2 straight. I think the morale loss. I think my biggest regret is probably not going 14. I could have gone a little bit lower, but I think 14, see what the vibe is, because that at game 3, with being up 2-0, you can test the waters a little bit. Maybe get see what you can get, but in the end, it didn't matter. But yeah, if I had to lose to anyone, it would be Sin. Um, because I always root for him. But yeah, yeah, I guess better luck next season.
All right, well, that'll do it for this one here. Congrats to Syntax on the victory. Moves on to face the winner of Cap Gaming Top Nip. Cyan, any final thoughts here from tonight? Syntax with the win. Gets a good result here, makes it back to the Triad 32. And we'll see what they do going forward. But a decent match from both here. But this is gonna definitely help Syntax in the playoff picture. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the rest of this tournament goes. Which is kind of any thoughts from tonight?
Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty interesting match to say the least. I mean, with the numerous color switches that we had a big amount of, I mean, for only playing barely over 100 cards apiece, I see time switched color has been switched a combined total of 55 times, so maybe somewhat impressive. Unfortunately, I don't have the running average in that front. But at the same exact time, I mean, this was an intense game where Salt just had all the cards in the first 2 games, and then right after that, Carluck immediately went to Syntax. But it did have some good battles in there. Great chains to reply. There was some color switching that really threw me back a little bit, especially the later games. I mean, we had some great action here for the round of 64, and we'll see what happens in the Triad 32 for Syntax, as Syntax is not only trying to solidify himself to the D2 Championship, but now in contention to get those critical top 4 spots, and we'll talk about those as the tournament goes on.
All right, well, that will do it for this stream. Mexico Ecuador is just about to begin. And if you know me, I have been watching every match of that. So we're gonna wrap this one up and head over there. But until then, thank you all so much for watching the stream. On behalf of my co-commentator, Cody Smart, our referee, Daniel Boyles, both their players, and everyone came up to watch. Thank you all so much for watching the stream. Congrats to SyntaxError on the 4-2 win. We will see them in the Triad 32. But until then, I'm G-Man. If you're in the server, make sure to tune in later tonight at midnight. Dilemon and Emmy will go at it 1v16. We'll see if Dilemon can start going on another run here. Maybe make his 3rd Final Four of the season. That would be pretty incredible. I don't think anyone has done that, at least in D2. Nick did it up in D1 this season. So we'll see if Dilemon could do that or if Emmy will pull off the stunner. But until then, I'm G-Man. We will see you all for the next one. But until then, peace out and have a great night.